although the heavy rainfall has now moved out. Some light showers remain in the Inland Empire and portions of Orange County. We have a pretty cool partnership with the Weather Channel, so we're going to spend a couple minutes. We're going to bring in our meteorologist, Alex Biston, and also one of the best meteorologists in the business. His name is Mike Bettis. You've seen him on the Weather Channel. And Mike, we're going to throw you a couple questions, first of which, if we would have looked at this setup with a La Nina winter for the third straight time back in November, I don't think anybody would have predicted what has happened in California. What have you seen over the past couple months?
Yeah, you're spot on. Nobody would have seen this coming, right? Because typically we think of this La Nina pattern as more of a Northern California or maybe an Oregon or a Washington benefit, but not really Central or Southern California. So knowing how many atmospheric rivers we've gotten, how intense those atmospheric river events have been, this is an anomalous event. I think maybe the one thing that has helped is that we've been transitioning, right? We've been going from a La Nina to neutral, and eventually we're going to transition to El Nino. I think maybe it's that transition that has really helped us in California.
And, we've seen above average precipitation, below average temperatures. We're not really used to that here in Southern California, right? I mean, we're used to the sunshine. It has been a long winter. Right. It is impacting businesses. It is impacting, people feeling seasonal depression here. So what are we looking for as we head kind of into the long term for the rest of winter and heading into spring?
Yeah. I think we're going to, everything's psychological sometimes when it comes to weather, right? It really can play on your psyche, and getting all the gray and the rain and the snow can wreak havoc with you mentally. But I think we're going to transition now, and usually about April is when the rain and the snow really begins to shut off in California, right? So we transition more back to that Mediterranean climate that we're all used to, with the sunshine, nice temperatures. Even, as we get into the summer, we anticipate the heat to return. But that's kind of the nature, don't you think, Paul and Alex, about what climate change is doing to our weather in California, right? There is no happy medium, it doesn't seem anymore. Right. It's either you're all in on the rain and the snow, or you're all in on drought.
Yeah, when I visit schools, I use a rubber band example where we're stretching the rubber band more, and those extremes on both sides are getting more extreme. But Mike, It hasn't just been the West Coast, it hasn't just been California. It seems like winter is making a really strong punch in places like the Northeast with this nor'easter. It's not just here that's had this crazy weather, right?
And I would say even particularly look at like our northern states, like the Dakotas or Minnesota, places like Minneapolis are probably going to have a top 5 all-time snow season there. So they've been hammered there. And then the recent nor'easter that's kicked up in the Northeast. But before that, it was actually really, really mild. New York's hardly had any snow so far this season. A lot of the big cross-country storms have hit California. They've gone into the plains. They've gone in the Midwest and largely missed the Northeast. But I think, the storms that we're getting in the West are having ramifications countrywide.
And you know what, Mike, the good news is with all of this rain, we have been seeing improving drought conditions, not just for the state of California, up and down the coast. So that's some good news, right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, unbelievable, right? Like, who would have thought that we would basically almost eradicate the drought in California? But that's what we've done. I mean, it's come with the consequence. When we know what's going on with the flooding, the loss of life, we've got huge snowpack right now, though, right? And that's exactly what we need. And what's also been great, guys, is we've gotten great snowpack in the Colorado River Basin, too. They've had excellent snow in Colorado and in Utah. So all those things in combination are really setting us up well, I think, for the spring melt and summertime recharge of the aquifers. So that's all great news.
All right, Mike, quick question. Is anybody getting nice weather? Because it seems like everywhere we highlight the bad stuff. Is anybody, do we want to fly out somewhere for spring break and actually get sunshine?
Good point, Paul.
Right? What's funny is, and I know it's like your old stomping grounds, Paul, like Florida has been like on fire. It is so hot there right now, right? Like it's 90 degrees every day.
We'll take it. Sold.
Like, it's too hot even in Florida right now. I can't go there either.
Is there such thing as too hot? I'm not sure.
There is. Summer in Los Angeles, sometimes a little too hot.
All right, Mike Bettis from the Weather Channel. Love the expertise. That's been fun. We appreciate it.
All right. See you guys.